going to find out that jumping on is a lot easier than jumping off.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know. The air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
No, hey guys, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. Here we are again with another installment of the ThinkStopper podcast. This one's just me and Mikey chopping it up over here. He just got back from his trip to Japan, and a lot went on. How many days were you out there, dude?
About 12 days total.
12 days.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool watching a lot of his live videos and stuff like that going on, and then him giving me a little play-by-play on some of the stuff that happened. But I'd like to talk about it, because it's pretty cool. I love any kind of travel in the world, seeing different cultures and how things are going, and then what's accepted and what's not, or how people are living. So, doing Japan, with the whole family.
The whole family, man. It was our family and two other families, and the coaches. So it was a big group. It was, and there was a lot of.
How many total?
Let's see, 5, 4. I can't even. I'm trying to count. Like there was. Say a dozen total, just to be safe.
Okay, well, I was going to say if you had a couple, so under 20?
Under 20, yeah. I mean, it went over, but it fluctuated. That's what I was saying, a solid dozen at all times. Some people, because we took a couple day trips they have the JR rail, which is like the Euro rail, and it's a really nice, it's a super advanced rail system that goes all over Japan,
Is it like the 300-mile-an-hour deal?
Yeah, you get on the bullet train, and then it has like these little smaller, less advanced trains that feed into that rail, and you transfer over at the stations. It's super complex, but once you figure it out, it's easy to navigate. You buy if you're a non-Japanese citizen, they'll sell you a pass that the citizens can't have, and it's like a discounted pass, and you pay it by the day. So it ended up being like $200 total for all of us, and or a piece. To have access to this rail system every day.
$200 a piece?
A piece, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, just for that. But you needed it if you wanted to leave Tokyo. Like we went to the Kobe, Osaka area. We went to Nara and a couple other places. And it's so complex. The trains out there are like, oh, there's another one. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes from now, there's another train.
Dude, $600 for my kids, man. I'd just be like, that's American?
Yeah. We raised a lot of money. We did a GoFundMe, and a lot of people thankfully kicked in because it was a financial mess.
Just doing that math, thinking my kids, yeah, y'all gonna stay? Well, me and mom go.
Yeah, well, in general, you would normally do that, but the kids were competing, and it was their trip.
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
Like I said, we did a GoFundMe account, and we did a a Facebook fundraiser, and we raised a lot of money. We raised like $3,000.
That's cool,
for people to that supported us and got the kids out there to compete and stuff. But it's crazy, man. Right away when you land in Japan, the toilets are different. They're just different. They're really up on their fucking hygiene game in Japan because every toilet's a bidet, and not only is it a bidet, but it's got a heated seat.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing more chill than we could drop a deuce. It's heated. I got an irrigation system right up underneath me. It's really fucking nice.
I got to be honest. I don't think I've ever used a bidet.
My first time was there. I've been to, other places that had them, and I was like, But, you get there, like, I'll play around with this thing. There's all these buttons on the side of the toilet and shit. It's heated, so you're like, oh, man, this is nice. You spend an extra, you take your 20, 30 minutes of fucking social media cruising when you're on the deuce spot. That heated seat makes about a solid 40. For sure. Even on the travels, man, it's crazy.
I need a cushion seat. I always hated cushioned toilet seats, though, dude.
Oh, those were the worst. And they get a crack in it.
Oh, dude, it was the only thing worse than that is like sitting. You go swimming and you sitting on a toilet seat with a wet ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh God. But yeah, that's the closest equivalent is the cushioned toilet seat. Like
Cushioned toilet seats were always like pink or baby blue, and it was always a weird color.
It's a very novel idea, but God, man.
But like I said, it was that weird like vinyl, and there would always be a crack in one of them, and it would get in your like the back of your thigh to have
it's like the armrest of my car right now.
Yes,
dude.
exactly. They're brutal.
Cut your butt cheek.
But no, it's a super cool culture out there, man. They got a lot going on, and it's so weird to think that like there'd be so many things that were like so like technologically more advanced than what we're used to using out here, but then you'd hit the corner, there'd be like a rotary dial payphone. You're like, how did I just get off a bullet train? You know what I mean? That got me hundreds of miles down the road in like no time at all. And then I get out and I see a freaking rotary dial payphone.
Because they know that there's a backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like a solid It's kind of like once we start getting to the point where we're like, you know what? I think instead of using the cloud, we should start carving things into rocks, so we know it's going to be here,
Exactly.
like, and then I was like, all right, here it goes, guys. It's repeating itself all over again,
Yeah.
But, no, Japan's fascinating to me. I mean, it's a crazy history, over there, and like as brutal as it has been in its history, it's very, respectful.
Yeah.
And,
super respectful, man. Like if you're on the train, like, and there's just like a little gap, like for someone like to sit down, but like they want to make it a bigger gap so they just bow nicely, just a nice little bow. And you get the picture, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and then on the trains too, like, we're like the obnoxious Americans. We're traveling. We got, kids ranging from the ages of 5 to like 11 and 12-year-olds. There's like a half a dozen of these kids. They're not being chill on the train, you know what I mean? Like they're being loud. They're look at this. They're pointing at things. They're like shh. Like this is our like meditation time. So they don't want you talking on like even talking. You get like the weird looks, and that was on like the subways, the JR trains, all that stuff. It's like so after a couple of days of being there, even the kids got the point like, okay, hey, it's quiet time. Which is amazing because if you're driven down the street with kids in the car, that's hard to pull off.
Oh, yeah. Well, my kids zonk out real quick anyways.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, my kids, you turn the vacuum on.
Yeah.
So.
Like even picking up the kids from school, they all get in the car at the same time. They all going to tell you about their day. It's a war in the back seat.
Yeah.
And they got super cool. They got super accustomed to it. It was cool to see that.
Well, hopefully that translates now when you get home.
No, right back out the window. Right when we hit LAX, it was right at pulling each other. We're back in America, and it was on. But like, and then you see their culture out there with their kids. Kids, my son's age, 5, 6 years old, taking the subway to school, in groups, 2. Sometimes we saw just one. It'd be like one kindergarten kid would get on where we get on and take like a 45-minute train into town and then just walk to school. And it's like, dude, you can't pull that off out here.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to send, you're looking to call CPS. You know what I mean? Like there was, at first we're like, dude, who's this kid? And he was getting off. He got off the train. He was in the fucking coffee shop in the train station, buys a drink like an old man getting off work. You know what I mean? Gets him a little coffee and a little, pastry. And he's on his way for his, like, it was like, dude, what a big responsibility for a kid.
Yeah,
You see it of all ages. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it's weird because like I used to ride my bike to school, and skateboard to school, and I couldn't imagine my kids like trust them to make. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's a trip, dude. Like, I mean, we live too far away from where their school is, but
this kid took a 45-minute train ride, dude. That's what I'm saying. He's nowhere near home. Like if. You know what I mean? Like if anything happened, like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Fucking chasing a red balloon.
And then a lot of the, like it's kind of like how you pictured America back in like 40s, 50s, 60s, all the, just I don't know, man. Just like, like I don't know if you saw the live video right there where I walked. I was in Tokyo and like one of the busiest parts right outside the train station where people like, you could tell they like ride their bike to, the station, get on the train, then go about, and then they come home, ride their bike home, to their doorstep. They're not even locking the bikes up, dude.
Whoa.
The bikes aren't even locked. And our friend was like, yeah, man, I used to live out here, and if your bike gets stolen, you just take someone else's bike and bring it back the next day.
Get the fuck
And
out
I'm like,
of
that's ridiculous.
yeah, dude. Someone's gonna jack your bike, dog.
Yeah, and he's like, it's so rare. It's so rare. And then, me, I'm like going one step further and I'm looking up, like some of these bikes are brand new. So I'm looking up the, the prices. And I'm like, this is an $800 bike. You couldn't leave that in your driveway overnight, let alone at a place where there's 200 bicycles parked.
That's crazy, dude. Not one lock?
No.
Wow.
And like, it was crazy. Me and my boy were like, pulling him out of the rack and putting out. He was like, "There's got to be a lock." I'm like, "There's no locks, dude. Like, there's people are looking at us like we're not taking the bikes, And it was just crazy. But yeah, they're not locking the bikes up. They're not doing anything. It's like super crazy.
I'd be bugging about that, dude, because well, obviously in Europe there's a lot of stealing over there. Everything locked up.
Everywhere in the world they're stealing. Like it's crazy. Like no, you guys aren't stealing each other's bikes out here. It's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
And then we were walking somewhere.
So weird.
We got off at the wrong train stop, and it was one of the days where it was just me and my wife and kids. So it was just a group of 5 of us. And I noticed there was like a little alley that went into like where it was like residential, and I was like, we got to walk, half a mile down this way. Let's cut through one of these alleys and walk up the, and see the houses and see the, the way they're living and stuff. So we went up a couple blocks and then started heading back the same way. And there was this dude like tending to his garden. And like, you're walking up the alley and it was like the backs of the houses like lined up to each other and then there's an alley. And he was like, looking, he was like taking care of his garden. And I was like, dude, this dude has like some really cool like bonsai trees and like these really like well-groomed little trees in his garden. So I like looked over the wall and I like showed him my phone and I was like, can I take a picture? And he comes over and he opens the gate and he's like, come in, come in and like let me like just like kick it in his garden for a minute. And he was like showing me all his trees and like he went and got his little tablet and he was showing me like this tree is this and this is how you groom it. Totally just let me in his house and shit. It was like the craziest thing ever. I was like, man,
oh wow,
people are cool. I'm a stranger. You know what I mean? Just, and I'm a weird looking dude to begin with.
Just lurching through his yard.
Yeah, just hanging out in this dude's yard. My wife's like, come on, let's go. I was like, well, this is the local shit. This is the stuff you want to see. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Like you said, even out here on Las Vegas Boulevard, you go a couple blocks each way, all that glitz and glamour dies. You see some local shit. So, yeah, it was super cool to like see how they, and then it was like, you see just how they're living. They're living a lot differently over there.
Yeah.
Way different.
Totally
not in a bad
different.
way. You go to other places, and I said like some things were like super advanced, and then some things are like most of the homes don't have a dryer in them. So they're all using clotheslines. It's like super crazy. Like, you guys don't do dryers? And they're like, no, we don't do dryers. And then someone told me that was because of the way they run their gas lines out there, because of the earthquakes, that they don't have like ACs and heaters. They have window units.
Oh, yeah, well, they use like mini splits and shit like that.
Yeah, so it's, someone in my
well,
buddy.
You use an electrical dryer, you use an electrical stove.
Yeah, it's great. And that's what they use, electrical stuff. But then they just don't do the dryers. A lot of people using clotheslines. And even like a lot of my live videos where you're going through like the cities, you see everywhere you go, laundry on the back of the house. Every freaking house had laundry.
That's why they have that smell. No,
yeah, it's all air, air dry.
It's a motherboard.
Smells like outside.
yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. So the food was amazing. We had a lot of everybody thinks it's just sushi out there. Their take on American food, not so good. You know what I mean? And that's probably how they come here and see when we have our Japanese food. And the other thing, too, is all the sushi rolls I love to eat do not exist in Japan. You know what I mean? There's no, like, spicy crab and shit fried and cream cheese and all. You know what I mean? Like, all that, jalapeno with all the cool sauces. That shit does not exist. They don't, I asked for ponzu sauce, and they fucking laughed at me. I was like, it's good. I was like, you guys don't have ponzu? It's just a condiment, Like, they're like, no, we don't have that. There was, like, soy sauce. That's it. It's like soy sauce.
That's it. That's all you have. And then You like katsu?
Yeah, chicken katsu.
Dude, the best. We were up in this Nara, which is where the deer park is, where you can go and pet the deer and the deer just walk around the city. We found this little katsu place, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want to eat there, man. Let's eat at a better restaurant that looks like fast food." And I was like, "Dude, this is probably bomb. Like, this is where we should eat." I was like, "Look, all the Americans are going into like those places. You could see that place is like people in work uniforms on their lunch break. Like, you know what I mean? Like that looks like the place to go. Locals are eating there. Nothing's in English because a lot of places will have an English menu.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go into this place to eat. Dude, it was the best. Like I had a pork katsu.
Oh, nice.
Over rice with an egg on top of it. You know, and my buddy got like a katsu curry. And dude, it was just like fucking, you know, and then we like, it was like the best high ever, like the food high. And we chased it the whole rest of the trip. We could never get back to that one spot.
Oh, really?
You know, it was like, and then when I got back here, I went to, you know, like, what's the place? Ross J's Aloha Kitchen. You ever have like the Aloha Kitchens and, you know, the one on Sunset's called Ross J's or whatever, Hawaiian food.
I haven't been on, no.
But I went there and I was like, I'll have katsu. And I was like, I can never eat it again. You know, I got to fly back to that place. It was so fucking good. It was just, you know, and the cool thing is, you know, like just the restaurants are different there. Like all the tables out there, like in most of the restaurants have buttons. So the waiters aren't going to come, like, you know, if you need a refill on your water, just hit the button.
Oh, man.
You know, just hit the button. And a lot of them are on the, you know, like a lot of places out here too, but like tablet ordering or kiosk ordering where you just look at the picture, push the button, swipe your card, you know, and your food comes out. So it was crazy out there, dude. Like, and we were out, they have arcades are everywhere. They're big on like their video games and
yeah, dude.
You know, and so they have huge arcades, massive, dude, like 10,000 square foot floors, just crane games. Just crane games and stuff like that, like novelty games.
No way.
And I'm like, dude, this is like a casino for kids. This is gambling. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the things where it's like you got to knock something and see if you can get it down the hole or, you know, like standard crane games and different variations of that stuff.
The Midway.
Yes, huge though. And I'm talking like every other block there's a big one. And in the malls there's bigger ones and they're packed. You know, these little kids are in there just giving up all their money. And so there was like these older high school age kids in one of them and little Mikey kept losing. And this one kid was like, everybody was like pointing to him. They're like, he's the master. You know, he's the guy. And he had like boxes. He had a stack of shit, like all the big prize items, like the full big cases of like Kit Kats and all that stuff that were like, you know, the higher end stuff. This dude was cleaning the machines out. And so he saw like my son got all frustrated. So he gave him all his shit. He's like, here, take my candy. I'll get more tomorrow. You know, he was just like, they're just like crazy. Super cool. Like, you know, like kids out here wouldn't do that shit.
Hell no,
you know,
dude.
little round eye come in here crying. You know what I mean?
They'd be taunting them, dude.
Yeah, they'd be a little bitch. You know, and so they were like super cool, and you know, they gave him all this candy, and I don't know, man, it was just like super cool. Only one time did we get like disrespected for being Americans, and we were in Kobe, and we went to some temple, you know, to go look at this, like, and the temples are really cool. Mm-hmm. You know, like that whole. Just the Japanese landscaping and the architecture that they have these temples built is just, you know, flowing water through them and everything's just perfect and well maintained. So we go through one of these temples and we go to eat at this little place. And right when we sat down, the dude came and took our menus from us and he crossed out the price and raised it. Whoa. And he fucking like, it was like went from like $12 to $19, you know, and it was like, it's pretty big. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, I was joking with him because he spoke a little bit of English. I was like, I want their menu. You know, there was a group of like local Japanese businessmen eating like their lunch. I was like, I want to order off their menu. And he's like, no, your menu, that's your menu. And I go, well, I'm going to go look and see if their menu has anything on it that I want. He was like, this is your menu. Like, he would not let us break from that raised price menu. It was hilarious.
Oh, wow.
And then so I like kept like the Japanese businessmen that were in the table. They spoke a little bit English. I was like, hey man, can you order me the steak? I was like, I like your price better. And then so like it was like the joke was like they were even new. Like they were like, that's fucked up. They're like, that's bullshit. You know, they were pissed off for us too. They're like that. And the one dude was like, man, that's not Japan, man. He's like, this is bullshit. You guys should get up and leave. And I was like, dude, if we didn't just walk around for 4 hours, you know what I mean? Everyone's hangry. Like, I'm just going to bite this bullet and eat and shit. Like, but that was the only time we felt like disrespected as tourists.
That's fucked, dude. I'm glad that's not like, you know, you hear about it all the time that, you know, you get people catch heat when they're out and about, you know. And people always wanted to talk to me. It's funny is people always wanted to talk to me back in the day when I wasn't really versed in the stuff. But like when I was over in like the UK, it'd be like, oh, why is your president doing this? Why is this doing that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no clue what's going on, dude.
Yeah, I have no clue.
You know what I mean? I'm like, now I know, but usually you catch it. Being a Yank.
Yep.
You kind of catch a little of that. But now. How was it as a whole? I mean, was everything good for you? But like, did anybody else, like the kids, have a hard time with like dealing with the food? Because
No.
My kids are pretty picky eaters. Mine,
So.
we
eat a lot out here. I try to like give my kids a lot of options. And so my kids, like we go to Middle Eastern restaurants. We go eat Thai food. We go eat sushi. We hit a lot of ethnic spots out here already. And they're always open to try stuff. So out there, the only thing with it out there was some of it was very ethnic. Like one of the things we ordered, it looked like. Do you have the Google Translator? You ever use that thing where you could take a picture and highlight the words you want to use, and it'll give you the word in English from another language?
No, I'm somewhat familiar, but
so I'm using that everywhere we go, looking at the menus. I swore Google gave me back chicken, right? Like it was like a little picture of these skewers, and Google was like chicken, and I'm like, all right, I'll have this chicken. But when they brought the chicken back, it was 3 skewers, and one skewer was just chicken skin, grilled chicken skin wrapped around a stick. The other one was the chicken liver, and then the other one was chicken cartilage.
Whoa.
So it was just chicken pieces. Like, you know what I mean? It was like the joke, like the joke with me and my brother. I was like, where's the rest of the chicken? You know what I mean?
We're thinking protein over here.
There's 2 legs, there's 2 breasts, there's a couple thighs missing here. What'd you guys do with the rest of the chicken? Where's all the bullshit? But that was all they had at that place was just like, but the pictures look really good in the window. You know what I mean? It was like little skewer. And I was like, fuck, we're going to have to just graciously pay for this, eat it and leave and go find something else. But then they have, the McDonald's. We went and looked at the McDonald's. The McDonald's is really weird there. It's a little, but we ate it. The chicken wings or the nuggets were better there. My kids were like, we'll get some nuggets. And they were like, oh, yeah, they're much better here. They tasted a little different. And like I was telling you before, like sodas, they just don't really, it's not that popular out there.
That's good.
Soda's good. Yeah, that is, and when you do buy a soda, even at like a franchise type restaurant, no refills, $5 a piece. Like a lot of people that are eating aren't going to pay $10, $15 just in soda.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Like we went to eat somewhere one night, and one of the dads had ordered like everybody Shirley Temples and whatever, and the guy was like, well, we brought the bill. He's like, we didn't have the soda to make it, so we had to go to the store and buy the soda. And then we didn't have the grenadine to make it because we don't make that. He goes, so we had to go to the other store to buy that. He was like, so here's your price. And it was like, I think we had like 6 kids, and they each had like 2 or 3 Shirley Temples at like $10 a piece.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was like over $100 just in Shirley Temples. We're like, oh shit, we fucked up. We fucked up there really bad. So, I was like, damn, that sucks. And we went to a place that was, we were leaving one of the competition days, and there was a place, it was like a British pub.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, we'll try the British pub in Japan. We have British pubs all over here. They're good, right? So we went out there, and it was like pizza and bangers and stuff like that. And it was good food, but it was just way overpriced. Pizza, like a small pizza, like what you would buy like out here, like even like smaller than like a Little Caesars $5 pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $30
for like a 10-incher,
8-inch.
Oh wow,
8-inch at most with not a lot of toppings or just like a sauce, cheese, tomato type of pizza. It's like $30.
That's fucking.
But you can get a full platter of fresh tuna, like sashimi style sushi, for like $10.
What?
Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
I'd have to go with the pizza, dude.
Really? You don't do the fish?
Not that much. I wouldn't. Well, it just depends. It just depends on the preparation and all that stuff, dude. But like, it gets to a point where it gets too. I get my fill quick.
Yeah.
Of that, but I'll still be hungry. You're like, there's only so much fish I can eat. There's only so much, I can fucking tear into a 24-ounce fucking ribeye like nothing. But a couple ounces of tuna, my body will be like, oh, we're good on that. But I don't dislike it, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stumbled into this.
I'd have to have the pizza, dude.
We stumbled into this, like, far off the path, local sushi place. It was like the reviews on this place were through the roof. It was like thousands of reviews, and it was still like holding a 4.9 rating. You know what I mean? Which is amazing. So we go there, and we were total outsiders. They looked at us when we walked in. It was only a small group of us too, and they looked at us like, "What the fuck? How did you find this place? Like, we haven't had a tourist in here in years." And so we go in and we just start ordering food, and it's like it's a picture menu, and we're just like, little pieces of sushi we're ordering by the piece. It's like $1.50 a piece, and ordering. And then this businessman comes and sits next to us. He's got like this dope ass suit. Like his suit looks like a Rolls Royce. Mm-hmm. Like you could just tell that's not a cheap fucking suit. He's wearing a solid gold Rolex. You know what I mean? He's got like, he looks fucking rich as fuck. Mm-hmm. And he sits next to us, and he spoke full English, and he's like, "Oh, how'd you guys find this place?" And we're like, "I don't know. We just kind of, we stumbled. We said sushi near us, and this place was closer than the other place, so we walked here." And he was like, "Oh, let me show you how it goes and stuff." And then the cooks came from around the thing, came out. They all like hugging and kissing this dude like he was some important guy. And he's like, "All that shit you guys ordered?" He goes, "That's shit. That's nothing." And he's like, "What we do here is," he goes, "I commission a fisherman to go get me the fish I want. That fisherman brings it here. They butcher it here, and they keep it for me for the day, so it's fresh." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just ordered 2 fish." He was like, "And I split it with my buddy." He goes, "But it's going to be bad in like 2 days. I'm not going to eat it all." So he's like giving us the fish that he ordered. He was like, "This is this and this is that," and he was like, and then he was telling me like, "This is like a," and he's like, "Don't worry, that's free." And I'm like, "Well, how expensive could it be? The other pieces are like $1.50, $2. He's like, no, that'd be like $100 piece of sushi right there. He was like, like I commissioned the guy to go catch that and bring it here. And he was like, and I'm like, "You just eat like 4 pieces?" He's like, "Well, I ate some for lunch. I come back for dinner." He goes, "And I live in the building upstairs." I was like, "Damn."
Holy cow, man.
What
an arrangement.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck kind of living is this? You know what I mean? But it's like, and it's like anywhere where it's a big city, you have poor people and rich people living on top of each other. You know what I mean? Like we were in what we thought was a normal neighborhood, but we just wandered into some like millionaire sushi place where it's like, you know what I mean? Like they have like the peasant menu, and then they have like the private stock menu. And the dude was graciously giving it to us too, like fucking. And then once I realized how much of his food I ate, I felt horrible. I was like, "Oh my God, I think I just ate like $1,000 of this dude's food." But he was totally cool with it. He was totally cool with it,
dude. Yeah, fucking. That stuff adds up, man. I watch, I've been all around in food and beverage and shit like that, dude. But I used to watch like the old like fish markets and the old fish documentaries about that stuff, about the tuna, dude. Fucking, it's some high end, some big stuff, dude. You know what I mean? But I guess it's like that. You get into steaks. I've had $300 steaks. I've tasted $900 steaks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just a world of difference, dude.
Oh, there is. No, we did the Kobe beef and all the Wagyu beef and all. It's different.
It's totally different. I mean, it doesn't even look like. It's almost like it's almost like ground beef that's been molded back into a steak.
It's funny. I posted a picture of one of the steaks raw before they cooked it. My friend was like, "That looks like shit." He was like hating. I'm like, "No, you don't understand. That's the goods, bro."
Yeah.
You can't get this. This meat doesn't leave this island. You know what I mean? Like it stays here. The shit that we think we're eating in America, that's like Kobe and all that, it's not. That was the thing too. Is that like the wasabi out here, they say most of it's just like dyed horseradish.
Yeah.
So like out there, like I was like, "Oh, let me get some of that real wasabi." Totally different. And then you're like, "Oh, that's why they have the bidets." That's why everybody has a bidet out here. That shit's fucking killer.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
I mean,
That's why they have the bidets, because everybody's got a fucking fiery asshole.
Yeah, they got that real wasabi. It's not the dyed horseradish bullshit we've been getting out here. And, I was like in love with that shit. And I was like, wait a minute. And I was, I'm eating. I'm one of those dudes like I'll eat and I'll just indulge. You know what I mean? I'm like, give me the real wasabi. You know what I mean? Like I'm eating this dude's private stock fish. We're having sake with this stranger. It's like, they're getting ready to close and shit. We're just hanging out. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit, I just ate I'm fucking drunk. You know what I mean? I ate a shit ton of wasabi. I don't know what that fish was. We couldn't even call it. And the thing is, we wouldn't even know what it was to order it ever again. And even if we went back that night, we'd have to get it out of his private locker. You know what I mean? Like, because it's his. It's not the restaurant's food. They're holding it for him.
That's weird.
But it was whatever it was fucking amazing.
Fugu.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a trip. It was a trip. And like, you go to the grocery, they eat seafood out there. So like, you go to the grocery store out here, the back walls, pork, chicken, beef, the very small seafood section. Complete opposite out there. Complete opposite.
Oh yeah, dude. Which is crazy to me.
But then, when you go out here, when you wander into like a seafood grocery store out here, it stinks, right?
Yeah.
It's got that fucking sea smell.
Yeah.
Out there, it doesn't smell like anything. Even when you wander past the fucking little crab legs at the, the grocery stores out here, you could smell them through the glass, the shrimp and the crab legs. Immediately you could smell it. Out there, I'm talking, 40, 50-foot rows of just raw tuna cut up and out for sale. No smells. It was like the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, dude, that smells so off-putting to me, dude.
It's terrible. Like I can't go into those places. You know what I mean? I don't like the smell of it. And then you're like, it sticks with you. And you're like, damn, is my food gonna smell like that? Or like sometimes, I don't know if you ever eat crab legs. Like sometimes they're fishier than other. And with shrimp, sometimes you taste the fishiness of it more.
See, I'm not a
others.
shrimp guy, dude. I'm not a shrimp guy.
Yeah.
I have some every now and then, but dude, especially if they leave the fucking little shit vein in it.
Shit rail, yeah. But yeah, it was a great trip, and the kids did good. Everybody had fun, and you get to traveling with big groups of people, and you kind of hit those walls where it's like, well, we want to go here, well, we want to go, so you got to break the group up every now and then just to keep the flow. People trying to kill each other.
No, bro, that's one of the things my wife is a good traveler. She's a good. She likes to set a plan, but at the same time she's flexible.
Yeah.
She's not like she'll go with the flow, but a good traveler in the sense that she's like, hey, do you?
Yeah.
We'll see you at dinner.
Yeah, for sure.
We have shit we're gonna do. If you want to come with it, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Or if I like what you're doing, if you mind, whatever. But yeah. Whereas like other people, when you go on like vacation or you do something together, they just want to be joined at the hip and and they get all mad if you want to do something else. It's like, you can come here for fucking go explore. You know what I mean? Go out. Fuck.
So yeah, there was days where we like, we'd break off from the other groups, or and like I said, that's important when you're traveling. You know what I mean? Like even a couple, like, and every night I would go for a walk by myself. Where we stayed, we were on the ocean, and we had like just a long stretch of board. I was like, I'm just gonna go for a walk. No one gives a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're definitely safe.
You want to come. If not, like you said, then don't. You know what I mean? But like, I just want to clear my head on this walk really quick. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
And so, in the competition, how'd the kids do?
They tied for first with the Chinese team. They did really well. The competition was a little we didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Walking into it, how they do it over there. There was a couple different sports going on at the same time, different types of gymnastics and dance competitions kind of interweaving with each other, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was just when you go to those days, that's like the downside of the day you're there, because you're there in that building all day. That was the day we went to McDonald's, because it was like, fuck, we got to be here waiting for this all day. Whatever's outside that door at the convention center, I'm eating. You know what I mean? It just happened to be McDonald's because it was like a big convention center. So those were the times we ate McDonald's when we were stuck in the competition place.
McDonald's.
crazy place over there, dude. McDonald's. It's like super. And even it was even funny to see like the Happy Meal toys were like little bullet trains. You know, it's like that's hilarious.
So, any like ceremony dinners or anything, related to that? Any
No, I mean, like I said, we just kind of
press or photos? Or...
There was a lot of just there was crazy. I have a picture where you could see like all the different like media outlets that were there recording and shit. There was teams. China was there. Japan, and then China brought a bunch of different teams. Different parts of China, and they were all competing together. And then Colombia was there. I'm trying to think of a bunch of other kinds. I just can't think of individually who they were. But and then there was a banquet the night before the competition, and it was funny because they're trying to cater to everybody. We got the Colombian team here, and we got the Chinese team, and those are two totally different diets. Then you have the Americans are here, so they had like this huge smorgasbord of like just like food that they tried to like just make everybody have something. And it was funny because it was like everything from like tuna to like dim sum to like beef stroganoff and fettuccine, and then they had like fish, and then just like all this. Then they had like the crazy like authentic shit. You know what I mean? Like the crazy fish dishes that I was like, I'm not touching that. Like, there's just no way. But then you watch like these people that are that eat that shit, and they're just shoveling it down, and it's like, I'm at the roast beef carving station, just in heaven for today, because we finally found red meat, and it's free, because red meat out there is expensive. It's really expensive. And so I was like, I'm just going to eat all this roast beef. Like, that's all I'm eating, roast beef and mashed potatoes. And, I know they're bringing out the dessert trays here pretty soon.
Let me see your purse.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to foil up. Yes. We're going to get some foil.
And it was funny because at one point we were in the grocery store, and they had like this little portable like wok thing, and I was like, why don't we just cook? Like it'd be fun to cook, like to cook. And then one of the other dads was like, well, if we're going to do that, let's just go to the park. We'll buy a barbecue grill. He's like, if the four of us chip in on like a shitty little charcoal grill, it'd be like $20 a head, then we could just throw it away when we're done. But we never got around to cooking. We were going to go to the grocery store and buy just a bunch of food and try to cook it.
Yeah, probably better not.
We were going to have like a team barbecue, in the middle of a park in Japan, but I was like, I don't know if that's even legal. We couldn't. That was the holdup, was we couldn't find a park where we can cook outside.
I was going to say, I don't know if they're known for their outdoor,
like a
queuing.
East Side Vegas barbecues type situation.
We just start throwing down on the balcony of the hotel, like whatever. But yeah, dude. So you guys had fun. It was good.
It was good. Like I said, the kids got to ride the bullet train. That was a fun thing. We didn't go to Mount, Fuji or whatever. We didn't go over there. That was a separate train ride, but we saw it from the train. Really cool cultural experience for the kids. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo or Japan in general. And the fact that we didn't just go to Tokyo, that we went to those other cities on that train, went to Nara and Kobe, Osaka area, and just hung out and walked.
Was there any good graffiti?
Not in Tokyo. There was some, but it looked commissioned. You know what I mean? It looked like, it was on the sides of like the hip hop store and shit like that. So it was like commissioned. And a lot of it was European writers that, like I said, it was commissioned stuff. A lot of stickers, but I was seeing a lot of US stickers, you know what I mean? Like pretty cool stickers and stuff. But even again, that looked like it was from the Euro travelers and stuff like that. I saw very few like organic graffiti where it looked like tagging or, outside, but on the train back from Nara, there was one little spot that was pretty well hit up. And I was like, okay, those are local kids. But I think they're in their culture, man. It's like so weird. Like they just have so much respect for other people's stuff out there.
Yeah. For property. Yeah, definitely. And then, like here it's more of a, kind of a
fuck you,
a revolution,
destruction type of thing.
Yeah,
rebelling against the thing. And there's a place down the street from here, Gary's Italy Auto Service. Gary's a good friend of mine. He's an open business, but for some reason his place gets lit up every time he paints it over, not the back of it. These kids go over the front fucking doors, dude. It makes me crazy. I'm like, dude, it's a fucking business. Why did you guys attack this guy like this? You know,
Oh,
like,
no.
have some fucking common sense. But you know, but there was some graffiti out there. It wasn't, like I said, it looked mostly like the European kids that came down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I met this funny ass dude out there. You know, like not funny, like odd, but like he was a traveler from Portland, and man, he had the coolest story. I posted a picture of it. This dude travels the world,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes to like famous landmarks, and he stacks stones and takes pictures of it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's crazy. There's someone, there's some stones stacked over here on Main Street.
Oh, really?
Down by the casinos or what?
Yeah, this dude. I think I have a picture of it. It's well, I mean, I know I have a picture of it. I just don't know how you can.
People do that shit all over the world, but that's like what they used to do they used to mark themselves.
The trails and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was super funny. He was just like, yeah, man. He's like, that's what I'm doing. I'm from Portland, and he's like, my parents are cool enough to send me all over the world to do what I want, and I'm like, just stacking stones. Like that's dope.
Stacking stones.
Dope. You know, he stunk like shit though. I will say that he stunk like shit.
Kidney stones.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, his parents are cool. They're like, get the fuck out of this house, you fucking stone stacking. You know what it was? He was a fucking cup stacking champion in junior high.
Yeah,
and he's elevated to the harder stone
he
stacking
had a pretty
in
gnarly
Japan.
fucking. Yeah, see, there's some graffiti that was out there. You know, like I said, it's not. You know, it's in English. You know. There's like stickers everywhere though. Sticker bombing like crazy. That's the same area where I met the stone stacker. Oh, there it is. There's the stack.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like I just go everywhere and just
stacking stones.
Just
man,
stacking
you know.
stones.
I posted a video of it too. There's video of him. He's like I said, he was a funny dude. After, you know, we talked and shit. He was like, yeah, man, that's all I do. My parents just say I want to go here. You know, he's like, I'm heading to the Coliseum in Rome to stack some stones. I'm like, I was like, that's what that is. You know, I was like, I was like,
it's so meta.
yeah, I was like, it's so
so
funny. I was like, you should head to Egypt and stack some stones on the stacked stones. You know, like just kick it up. He's like, no, I'm heading everywhere, man. I'm heading to Rome, and I'll get around there, probably. He's like, but that's my next big thing. And the crazy thing is he has his own rocks.
Does he collect them along the way?
I
or
think
is he-
so, but like, dude, like it's hard enough to carry a backpack with like clothes and a fucking laptop in it. You know what I mean? Like you're literally lugging rocks around with you. Like it's crazy.
The cross one bear. Yeah. Whew, fucking nuts. So, after the, after everything's said and done, you pack it. Did you guys do any like educational excursions or anything?
Not the temple was probably the closest thing to anything like that we did. We got to hear the story of the temple and why it was built and all that stuff. But and like I said, I don't remember the name of the temple. But that was a cool thing for the kids to see. And then that was probably the only like educational thing they did was hit that. But I mean, we were there for hours. You know what I mean, and got to see everything. And then we didn't want to go. The other group broke off. They went to like a digital art museum. I don't know if you ever heard of one of those.
Mm-mm.
But it's kind of like you walk into like just huge rooms with like LED screens, and the whole room changes, and it's like super abstract-y, whatever.
Wow.
That seemed pretty cool. So, but we broke off that day.
Went and got roast beef.
No, that was at the banquet. No, we went and got. What did we have that day? We went and got. That was the day we went to Disney, and then it rained, so we didn't even do the Disney thing. It rained, so we just hung out around Tokyo Disney.
Oh, jeez. How expensive is Tokyo Disney?
It's about a quarter of the price of LA Disney.
Oh, wow.
It's cheaper.
Wow.
It's cheaper, yeah, and it's.
I think I'm gonna fly the kids out there and go to Disney.
It's honestly, man. If you were to do a week at Disney out here, it'd be fucking a lot more expensive than flying to Japan and doing a solid day at their Disney.
Jesus, dude.
Because Disney out here is, I think it's $100 a ticket now or more.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
And then God forbid if you want to eat some food while you're there, or get a soda. I remember we were at Disney out here, and I remember it was like you buy the soda, and it's good for the whole day.
What?
You buy like a plastic souvenir cup. It's got like a screw top lid, and it has like a barcode on it. And so it knows you walk up to the soda machine and you hit the refill, and then it lets you get a refill. But then you go for the refill, and it's like, oh, no. Only one every hour and a half. You know, and it's like, oh, so it's not like they don't want you to like just pass it around or fill up other things with it. So it's good for the day, but you can only refill it like every other hour.
Jeez.
You know, and that was like $30. You know, for the cup, and then you're like, fuck, when I got to buy another one because I can't refill it. You know, I got to buy another one.
Here?
Yeah, at LA, in the Disneyland out here.
Fuck. My wife's like, we should go. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't go. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
No, it's okay. Dude, I was so spoiled. I grew up fucking, I got to go to Disneyland probably 20 times for free in my life.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I was there fucking unbelievable amount of fucking times for free. My friend, my sister, she used to have she had her like little season pass, but she was able to get me in because I was like young enough or whatever, or like maybe they scrounged some money together, got me in. I don't know. I never paid, you know.
Yeah.
And then my friend's mom was the chief head of security there, and so that was like a decade of whenever you wanted to go to Disneyland and never have to pay, you know. And then the last couple of times I went as an adult, somebody I know hooked it up. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, like paying for Disneyland is inconceivable to me.
Inconceivable,
You know?
for sure.
It just doesn't. Yeah, it's a mind control operation, dude. The whole fucking thing.
Only time I'll ever want to go back to Disneyland. I like Legoland over Disneyland.
I haven't been to that. My kids have.
Yeah,
but I haven't
that's the
been.
better spot for me, and the family. And I like Carlsbad better than Anaheim. Nothing, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I love Carlsbad. My friend, right, just there, Encinitas. He has the Encinitas Ale House. Fucking,
nice.
It's dude, some of the best fucking food in the world there, man. I fucking love that place.
Carlsbad's just it's
and beer, but you know.
I just feel like it's a safer little community to like be with the family. You can go like,
oh, dude, it's this little surf town. It's
a little
beautiful.
surf town. And they got amazing little restaurants there. You know what I mean? And
Totally.
we always go there. Like I said, I'd much rather hang out in Carlsbad for a couple of days and hit Legoland than Disneyland for sure. You know, like I said, the only reason I'd ever want to go back to Disneyland would be to do the Club 33 thing.
What's that?
Oh man, it's like the secret. It's like the secret world over there.
The Club 33? I'm not familiar. I say I don't know the fucking.
Oh man, that's a whole nother episode. It's like it's a special club and it's a membership. It's like it's not really like a secret society because it's known and it's out there. But like if we wanted to be on the list right now, we'd have to put like a high dollar deposit down and wait like 10 or 15 years for like an opening.
What?
And so like they're like, yeah, there's like a lot of like affluent, like, you know, big families in California. Like, oh yeah, we're Club 33 members, second generation. You know, and it's like, oh, okay.
33?
Yeah, Club 33.
Oh, dude, jeez, right in the face.
Yeah, right. And, you know, and it's like
Club 33.
Yeah, and it's like you got higher end restaurants in there that are secret. There's bars in there that you can't. You know what I mean? And it's
Get out of here!
I swear to God, look it up, bro.
No way, dude.
I swear, bro, it's a trip. It's like. I don't know if they started selling beer now in the general area, but for years it was the only place in Disneyland you could get a beer. You know, and like I said, they have like higher end restaurants, and then there's like you get a package. I think they even have accommodations to stay there. If you're a Club 33 member, you could stay in the park. I think a couple of them have done.
Club 33 Disney. I'm typing in.
Oh yeah, bro, you're gonna have to do a whole episode on that. We have to get a Club 33 member on the show.
Club 33 is a membership at Disney. It is the most exclusive Disney restaurant in the world. Long waiting list because it's 33 Royalty Street. It's its famous address. Is it real?
It's real, yeah, for sure. No, I have a friend.
Here's an insider look. Wow.
Yeah, I have a friend. His family, like there's people go deep in their Disney. It's like a cult. Some people are so deep in it, you know. And his family's like second generation.
There's a $25,000 to $10,000 initiation fee and a $12,000 to $30,000 annual fee.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. The 30. Yeah, how do you get in there? Oh, never mind. I know how you get in there.
Yeah. So it's a trip, and it exists. It's there. Like I said, I had an opportunity to go like 2 years ago, and I had another obligation. I couldn't go, and then that window closed. But that same family, like I'm going to go back with them at some point.
Look at the little mosaic, the little crest though on that deal.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
That's it, man. Club 33.
And then oh, you like this? The fucking grandfather clock with the vulture on top.
It's all, anytime you get into like things of that level, you got to look at the ornamental decorations, and everything's there. Like nothing there's just accidental. You know what I mean?
Wow, dude. I mean the little bar setup looks fucking
crazy, right?
Yeah, dude.
And there's even a spot too, I guess, where if you're on Pirates of the Caribbean, like you can't see them, but they could see you, or like you can catch a glimpse of some Club 33 from some part of Pirates of the Caribbean ride. But yeah, it's a total thing that exists, and I don't think they have it in Tokyo.
How do you fuck? I'll never be in on this, dude.
That's where I'm starting to think. That's it. I'm only going back to Disney for that experience.
This is like you need to sacrifice, people, things. 1901. The back bar says, is that the address or is that?
No, I think the address is 33 Royal
they have
something.
They have Louis the 13th in the center of their little tab thing.
Oh yeah, anybody that's shelling out $30,000 a year to be a member, you know what I mean, of a Disney club, you got to go there every day. You can't just,
Oh.
What'd they say the membership was? $30,000 a year.
The floor says it all, dude.
Of course, that's what I mean. Like it's a trip.
Dude, I think I'm down. I think I'm down to join, dude. I think you got me. Seriously,
so it's a trip, dude. It's a crazy. What is it? 30,000 a year, so that's 2,500 a month for a Disney Club membership. That's only one place in the world. Remember those old credit cards? What were those credit cards back in the 80s? A Diner Club?
Diner Club.
Diner Club card. It's not even like a Diner Club card. You can only use it there.
Yeah. Well, what about Disney World? They
No,
gotta
no
have something at Disney World.
They might have a VIP package, and that's the thing too. Though is you're not even waiting in line. All the other stuff is like, the bonus. But yeah, it's
like he just killed a man. Oh no, he's in the 33 club, dude. He's
in the 33 club. Don't worry about it. Hey, little kid in the wheelchair that came up to the front of the line with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You got to wait. This guy's got to ride the ride for the 10th time today.
Yeah. It's in his contract, his will.
So yeah, that's you got to research that.
Well, I mean, everything is so on the surface. It's gonna be tough to track down like a real, the grit and grime. You got any? Are there any famous stories? Is there anything to like go on to like, guess?
I think there's YouTube videos. People snuck cameras in there and stuff like that. But if you meet someone that is a Club 33 member, it's like they're like vegans. Like it's the first thing they tell you. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
Oh wow, dude.
Because it's such a small thing, and it's like I'm paying all this money for it. I got to tell everybody, or they wear like their 33 Disney hats, or you know what I mean. Like you could tell, and every now and then you'll see the people walking through the park, going in there. Like you'll hear people tell, "Oh yeah, we're going in." It's like, oh man, I want to go so bad,
dude. I had no idea.
I had no idea.
And what's crazy is like, it's like crazy is like the whole Disney, the whole Nazi connection, the psyop, the whole thing, and you look at what they turn out and how they really push. Like these agendas and shit, dude. Oh man, it's tough, dude. It's something that I definitely don't like my kids to, I never get them into the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it happens. It happens. It's almost it's unavoidable in most regards. But it's something I don't push on the kiddies. You know, don't really get down and crazy. You know, have them watch DuckTales.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, Rescue Rangers. You know.
No, there's some families are totally gone on. Like, it's crazy when you meet like my friend's dad. He's the 33 member.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in his house is Disney. Everything.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Down to like the wallpaper in the bathrooms and every trinket, everything is, even the silverware has like Disney stamps on it. And then when he decorates for Christmas, it's like an old tea bucket Ford with a Mickey Mouse life-size thing. You know what I mean? Like everything, like this dude's Disney as fuck. It's crazy. And it's like, I don't get it. Is there something more to it? Is this code for something? Like, how could this is dude's worth a couple $1 million. He's got a huge financial job. You know, he works in the banks in LA doing something. How could someone so prominent be so attached to Disney?
Dude, you see it a lot.
Yeah.
You see it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. You know? Yeah, it's weird, dude. Like I said, there's a whole psyop, man. They said like that people talked about like those rides and stuff being like mind control, fucking brainwashing.
Small
things.
World and shit. There's a lot of conspiracies about Small World, the song and the hypnosis.
Space
and all
Mountain, yeah, dude. And I don't doubt it at all, dude. A lot of the shit that they did, you know. And why not? I mean, ultimately, why not make it like it's an amusement park?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like these rides were all, it's fun. It's all done to like condition you like one way or the other, you know, like I get it, dude, you know. But it's, what's funny is this is like a bit that I've worked and kind of abandoned. This one of those things like, you know, it's like the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
You know, you work it a few times and you're like, oh yeah, it's about a fucking 60% or whatever. But I was like, I think people, adults who are like way into Disney and kid shit, dude, like I think you're traumatized into not growing up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's one thing to enjoy it. There's another thing, you know, there's another thing to be
Obsessed.
immersed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Completely. And it always would not fuck with my head. It always make me upset that there's so many people who are anti-children. There are couples who they don't want kids. They hate kids. They love their nieces and nephews, but they hate like, I would never bring a kid into the world. Da, da, da. Plague. And then their season pass fucking holders to Disneyland. They're always at Universal Studios. They're always going, you know what I mean? And like, if you hate kids, why are you going where there's nothing but kid shit? Why are you doing nothing but fucking kid shit? You know, like, I don't think you hate kids. I think you hate the competition for the attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what
sure.
the fuck? Like, yeah, hey, here's the thing, dude. I don't like, I don't like pedophiles. So I'm not going to fucking church.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, I'm not going to, I don't like fucking, I don't like cops. So I'm not going to go and hang out down at the police station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to go to a cop hangout and fucking buddy. I'm not saying, well, that's a bad analogy, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know
there's cop bars. There's bars that are notorious.
No, but I'm saying, well, I don't like dislike them, but you know what I mean? Like, just saying, you take something you don't dislike. I don't like fucking donuts, so I'm gonna go fucking to a donut shop. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, we have friends, and I don't know. I'm gonna say it. I don't care if they listen or not, but they're the fucking people that they have 2 kids, ages 8 and 10. they leave the kids home and go to Disneyland.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's greasy, dude.
Yeah, and then come back from Disneyland and tell their kids all about it.
Holy shit, dude.
And they do it all the time. And I've seen them on like social media go like 3 or 4 times in the last like 2 years that we've like known them, because we know them through like the school, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
And I've never seen them post a picture with the whole family at Disneyland. It's just the parents, the 2 of them. There's four people in the family, and just the parents go. And I'm like, that's fucking.
Whoa.
It's like got to be torture.
Whoa, that is fucked, man.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine being like 10 years old and you're like, oh, mom's at Disneyland. I see Disneyland. Disneyland's marketed for me, but I see my 35-year-old mom
Holy shit,
at
dude.
fucking Disneyland.
You know, I gotta give it. I talk shit to my kids all the time. I'd be like, I'll fucking break your phone. I'll do this. That's some baller shit, dude. You're like, you know what? We're going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not you.
Yeah. It's like Craig's mom and Friday. What you cooking up? What you got over there? Oh, I got me some grits. I got some pancakes, some scrambled eggs, some bacon, some sausage. Where's mine? Oh no, I said I got. You know what I mean?
Put some water on that shit.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking nuts. But well, shit, man. We should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, for sure.
How was the flight home?
Dude, the flight home was brutal, man. Going there, you know, you got like all this like high energy. You're excited to go, but when you're beat and just done, dude, we had so much luggage. You know what I mean? And just we flew out of a different airport than we flew into, and then we missed the shuttle to the airport, so we had to take the train with all of our luggage.
Oh,
like there's a picture of me like fucking with all the luggage sitting outside the train station. Like, dude, it's just fucking brutal. So we finally make it to the thing. We check in. You know, you're at the end of it. You know, you're like, oh, I'm fucking sick of this shit. You know, but get on the plane. Then we go. We had to catch a connecting flight in Beijing. That was a disaster. We end up at the fucking runway. Not even in the airport. We end up on the runway in China because their fucking plane was all fucked up. They couldn't land it the proper way or whatever. 20 degrees outside, bro. And they fucking didn't even have they didn't pull up to the building. Like, it didn't pull up to the terminal. They just rolled up the staircase and like, all right, get off the plane. We're going to take you over there. We'll bring a shuttle out at some point and take you to another plane. We're like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, it's 20 degrees outside. I'm wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt because I was going to be in a plane all night. Like, what the fuck is... So in the middle of the night, we're just out on this other plane. It was terrible.
Oh, man.
You know, and then we got split up, you know, like they were just like they threw little Mikey into one of the shuttles. And then like, we're like, he's not with his parents. Like, stop. Like, he can't just go. And then so they let my wife get on with him. They like pushed some old lady off, you know, like room for one more. And it was like, you know, she was like, they were like, no, just kick the kid off. And I'm like, let the fucking kid ride. It's 20 degrees out here, you know, and got on the other plane. Then we flew to LX, but it was long, dude. It was like from getting to the airport in Japan to landing in LAX, I think it was 23 hours total. You know, just on the go. You know, and even when you're in the plane, like, and then so we flew Air China, and it was like they give you the option. Do you want to, I forgot what the other word for it was. Maybe it was Chinese. They're like, do you want the Chinese breakfast or the Western breakfast? And I was like, I want the Western breakfast. You know, and then it's like a cold hash brown and like 2 scrambled eggs and a little like tomato. And you're like, fuck, this sucks. You know, so the airplane food was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then I think that's what got me sick was being on that airplane the whole time. Because when I got back, I ended up with like a stomach bug for like 4 or 5 days. Oof. Even my doctor was like, you know, usually this thing lasts a day or two. He's like, you've been down for a while to go get IVs and shit. Like, I never want to go to the doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
dude. Never.
Yeah, and like, you know, I told you, like, I'm just going to go get some fluids. You know what I mean? Like, I just need I've been throwing up for like 4 days and I haven't eaten anything.
Known people have gone in for the fucking sniffles, come out and not been able to walk anymore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, everything was good, man. You know, the kids traveled amazing. It was crazy. Like, they had their little tablets, and there was a good movie system on the plane, and, you know, they slept. But when you get on a 16-hour flight, it's like, fuck, I'm not going to sleep more than, I don't sleep 8 hours in a bed.
Oh man, I can zonk out. I can zonk out the whole fucking way, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it before, dude. I've done it before. I've been fucking. I have it not all the time, but I have an ability to fucking crash out. I just hate it when you fucking crash out and you get that sleep where you fucking you sleep and you're like, oh dude, you're like there and you're like I've been sleeping for fucking ever.
Yeah.
You're like, my body's recharged, ready to go. It's like I'm gonna wake up. Probably just got like a couple more hours. You're like, left, or you know what I mean. Like whatever, you wake up, and you're like, there's another 8 hours left of this flight. You're like, what the fuck? Like, dude,
I woke up to that, and there were like 12 hours left, and I was like, dude, I can't watch Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2, and like, fuck, I'm watching these movies I would never watch and shit. Like, oh, this is brutal.
Just stir crazy, dude. Yeah.
I watched the same documentary twice on the same flight.
Oof.
That's how like there was a lot of kid movies, but the adult movies were like,
I would have read like War and Peace.
Yeah, I didn't bring. I'm not a reader, so I didn't bring a book.
I would have downloaded a bunch of stuff to read, or just been like listening to.
I downloaded podcasts. I burned through those on the trains. Because you take those bullet trains, like a 2-3 hour ride here, and I burned through a bunch of the shit I downloaded. And I was like, shit, I'm up on all the shit I listened to. I'm like, but other than that, it was okay. But the flight home was brutal. Then we got to LA at like maybe like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Rented a car and drove home. So we got home around like 1 o'clock in the morning Friday night, and then we were on Tokyo time. We're like fucking the whole family was up to like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was ridiculous.
But you're just happy to be home.
Yeah, we were happy to be home. Our friends that we traveled with, their fucking dog ate their bed while they were gone.
Oh,
so they came. It's like it was like the joke, like the whole way home. Like I just want to get in my bed. Like I just want to go my bed, my shower. Just shut it down. They got home. They had rescued a dog like a month or two before we left.
Oh, geez.
So the dog wasn't really like
separation anxiety. Dude.
Separation anxiety didn't tore their fucking bed up.
Wow,
like, oh, dude.
It's a message, dude.
Yeah, I was like, you motherfuckers. So they got, and then it was funny, dude. It was like, oh my God, now you can't even sleep in your bed.
Oh yeah, I'm like, and we're out of dog.
Yeah, and the dog's got to fucking go.
Like, we were in Japan, so we did was what.
Yeah.
Well, shit, dude, let's fucking wrap this up, man. Fucking go get into bed.
Yeah.
I'm ready to zonk out.
For sure.
Tempur-Pedic, baby.
Hope the dog didn't eat your bed.
No.
Right on, man.
Probably shit the bed, but.
Oh, God.
My dog's getting old, man. Like 16, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's getting to the point where she's just like, why would I go out?
Yeah, you're going to clean it up regardless.
Like, why would I? This is a great spot to fucking piss. No, she's been actually really good. She does it because she knows she gets a treat, but.
Oh, nice.
She'll still just be like, shh. Dude, the other day, real quick, man, this was amazing. Just talk about that. I left for work, and I was like, hey, babe, I'm like, Abby's still, she's still sleeping on the floor. I'm like, make sure she goes out before you leave. My wife fucking left her in all day. She'd been in all night. She'd been in all day. And when I got home, I was like, hey, I'm picking up the kid. And she goes, did you let the dog out this morning? I go, no, I told you to. And she's like, fuck.
Oh, no. So
I'm expecting to go home and the shit's just like, whatever. Fucking dog's still sleeping in the same spot. And
nice.
I'm like, Abby. I go, Abby. I'm like, hey. I go, you gotta go potty? She's like, psh. She fucking got up and went right to the door. I was like, fuck yeah, nice. Dude. Like, held that shit for like 24 hours.
That's crazy.
It's like me and fucking lockup, dude. Holding.
That's funny.
I ain't shitting in this. But all right, yeah, man, fucking that was cool, dude. I just wanted to, I wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially not take away from any of the guests, like
for
give
sure
you
their time and they're coming down. And
well, yeah, we'll give you the floor, dude, because it's a good little deal. But all right, yeah, guys, that was Mikey's little adventures to Japan. Where's next?
Hungary.
Hungary?
September.
What's going on in September in
Same
Hungary?
thing.
Oh, for
International competition for the kids, so we're gonna do Europe.
sweet.
So yeah, I'll be passing the hat around for that one pretty soon because that shit adds up quick.
Hungary.
Yes.
And go to the Czech.
Yes. All that shit. Anywhere, like from now on, if I travel anywhere, I want to travel somewhere with a decent rail system.
No,
It's
I'm
a
sure,
huge
dude.
thing. Like I don't want to go anywhere like, you know what I mean? Like we went to Australia a couple years ago and it was, you got to fly to all the different cities. Like I like to travel like that. Like I like to just go for a little while and hit more than one city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so if there's not a rail system, I'm not doing it anymore.
Really? Rail system? I don't know. I'm up for it. You're traveling different, though. It's not like you're just going, you know, to the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're caravanning, shit like that. But, all right, shit. Yeah, guys, fucking another one in the books, dude. Boo bam. I don't know where this one we'll put this one in either before or after
Yes.
the one we just recorded, but that's
We'll squeeze it in there.
yeah, it's for a different dealie. All right,
Thanks
guys.
for listening.
ThinkStopper over and out.